Life in the world today is becoming increasingly complex. While on the one hand, living comforts are getting better, on the other hand, confusion is widespread. Personal well-being and relationships are many times losing their depth. A constant chase for comforts is making the life of an individual superficial and miserable, and the society violent. Individual welfare is the key to larger social welfare. It would be unrealistic to imagine building a happy society when individuals are not at peace internally. Therefore, individuals today need to learn about the workings of their inner self to make their lives richer. Vipassana is the means to awaken such inner guidance of personal experiential wisdom. The natural results of practice are virtuous living, tolerance, compassion, peaceful coexistence, and freedom from personal weaknesses. 25 centuries ago, a prince called Siddhartha Gautama sacrificed his life of comfort to find a way out of suffering for himself and his fellow human beings. In the practice of Vipassana, he discovered a way to liberation that made him perfectly pure, stainless, and fully enlightened. He served others in developing this understanding in the remaining 45 years of his life. Vipassana, which means to see things as they are, is a simple, practical, and logical way of mental purification. Suffering arises from greed, hatred, and ego-centeredness. Objectively observing the entire process of suffering by direct experience frees one's mind of all suffering. This journey into one's own mind is a delicate job, and the student needs to work in a secluded atmosphere free from any distractions. A Vipassana center provides the best possible atmosphere to support this serious task. Students, on their part, are expected to follow the code of conduct strictly in their own interest and in the interest of their fellow students. To learn the technique, it is essential that a student stays in the meditation center for the entire 10 days under the guidance of a qualified teacher. There shouldn't be any interaction with fellow students or outside contacts for the first 9 days of the course. Activities such as reading, writing, physical exercises, other meditation methods, rites and rituals need to be suspended during the 10 days. There are 3 aspects to the practice. First, a moral life is an important foundation for meditation. One takes precepts to abstain from harmful physical and vocal actions, which include killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, telling lies, and the use of intoxicants. The second aspect is to calm down and sharpens one's own mind with the help of awareness of one's own natural breath. This method, called Anapana meditation, is practiced for the first 3 days. From the 4th day onwards, students start the practice of Vipassana, taking the observation of their minds deeper and eradicating deeply rooted harmful habit patterns of the mind. On the 10th day, students share the peace and happiness they acquire through their meditation with all beings. This is the practice of Metta Bhavana. Between 4 am and 9 pm, students spend roughly 10 hours time in meditation. Students work according to the instructions they receive from time to time. Every evening, there will be a discourse clarifying the day's practice. Students will have dedicated timings to interact with the assistant teacher regarding their progress. Personal questions are addressed during private interviews. Meditation centers maintain a green environment that is close to nature. For a calm, peaceful, meditative atmosphere, there are halls and independent meditation cells. Comfortable residences, dining and walking areas are provided. These are segregated for men and women. Breakfast with tea or milk is served at 6:30 am. Lunch is served at 11 am. Simple, nutritious vegetarian food is served. The menu is designed to suit the different eating habits of most meditators. At 5 pm, snacks, tea or milk and fruits are served. Students in doubt regarding their eligibility for the course or those with any special needs may contact and enquire with the center management prior to registration. Students who smoke, chew gutka, take alcohol or recreational drugs will be making adequate preparation for this challenging course by not taking them for at least 2 weeks prior to the course. Vipassana was practiced in its pure form for 500 years after the Buddha, and it helped people in large numbers in their way out of suffering. As the practice spread, it got diluted in its purity and subsequently lost its efficacy. However, this technique was preserved in its purity in Burma by a small proportion of monks in a teacher-pupil tradition for 2000 years. Sri Satyanarayan Goenka was born in a Burmese Indian family, and he learnt the technique of Vipassana from his teacher Saiji Uba Khin. He got trained under him for 14 years before he was appointed as a teacher. With the passing away of Uba Khin in 1971, Mr. Goenka decided to dedicate his remaining life to fulfill his teacher's mission of spreading the teaching and alleviating suffering around the world. All over the world today, the teaching is offered through Goenkaji's recorded instructions and discourses. There are about 160 centers worldwide, spread over 80 countries. Of these, about 70 centers are in India, and 6 of them are in the Telugu-speaking states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. These are Dhammaketta near Vanasthalipuram, Hyderabad; Dhammakondanya in Kondapur village near Sangareddy, Medak district; Dhammanagajuna in Nagarjuna Sagar, Nalgonda district; Dhamma Arama in Kumadavalli near Bhimavaram; Dhamma Vijaya in Vijayarai near Eluru; and Dhamma Nijjana in Pocharam village near Nizamabad. practice of meditation naturally fills one's character with goodness. Childhood is the best time to sow seeds of inner awareness. The practice of Anapana develops in them an inner compass that guides them as they grow into happy adults. With meditation, children become less distracted, concentrate better, become capable of working in a relaxed and disciplined manner, become less argumentative, more tolerant, compassionate, and friendly to fellow beings. They become creative and become capable of solving their fears and anxieties without succumbing to different stressful life situations. Children above 10 years can learn Anapana in 1 or 2 day courses held at centers, where school administrators come forward and invite us to conduct Anapana programs in their classrooms. We can do it in 70-minute sessions. Teenagers' courses of 7 days duration are held separately for boys and separately for girls between the ages of 15 to 19. Students in these courses also take the 5 moral precepts and meditate in complete silence. The course timetable, in comparison to a 10-day course, is somewhat less intense, keeping in mind their capabilities to work at such a young age. They have about 7 hours of meditation each day, and dinner is served to them. It is important to note that only teenagers who are self-motivated can work, and they should not be pushed to take this difficult course. Vipassana courses are being conducted in jails and are demonstrably bringing positive transformations in the life of prisoners, equipping them to deal with their negative feelings for themselves and towards society. They are able to come out of addictions and mental disturbances and find psychological freedom in closed prison walls. There is no course fee for attending any of the Vipassana courses. However, those who have successfully completed a course may give donations according to their will and means. Suffering is universal, and the way out of suffering, as shown in Vipassana, is grounded in universal principles. People from all walks of life, including preachers of different religions and sects, are embracing Vipassana without difficulty.